Here is a graph representing an exponential function f. The function f gives the value of a computer in dollars as a function of time, x, measured in years since the time of purchase. Based on the graph, what can you say about the following? The purchase price of the computer. Okay, well, I'm looking at the graph and I see right here the y-intercept is at 0, 400, and I also see that since this value is 0, that means the purchase price of the computer would have been $400. The value of f when x is 1. Okay, so if I'm looking at the graph and I'm looking at the value of f when x is 1, just by estimating it, it looks like it's about 200. But I also see that after 2 years, it went down to 100. So if it went from 400 to 200 and then from 200 to 100, that makes sense because it's decreasing by the same factor every year. So the value of f when x is 1 is going to be f of 1, and that's equal to, well, it appears to be 200, and it's probably 200. The meaning of f of 1. Okay, so now we're talking about interpreting the graph in terms of its context. So f of 1 means f of 1 is the value of the computer after 1 year. How the value of the computer is changing each year. Okay, so if we're looking back at the graph, we went to 400 and then to 200 and then to 100, and then there's a missing value in here at 3, so it drops to something, and then to 25. So this is probably 350 to keep that pattern of it's dropping by a half. So how is the value of the computer changing each year? The computer loses half of its value each year. Okay, an equation that defines f. Okay, so our equation is going to be our amount is equal to our initial amount times 1 plus our rate to the power of time, or to the number of times that we are, to the number of years, basically. And since we're going to define f as a function, so we're going to do f of x. Sure, f of x works. And then our initial amount is going to be the $400. And this one is actually decaying, since it's, so our rate is going to be, it's losing 50%. So this is going to be 1/2. And we're raising this to the power of x to represent, because it said right here that it was going to be as a function of time, and we used the letter x for that. Whether the value of f will reach 0 after 10 years. Okay. Is f of 10 equal to 0? Well, all we'd have to do is we just have to plug in 10 to that equation and see what we get. So let's try Desmos, and we'll do 400 times 1/2, raise that to the 10th power, and it looks like it's about 39 cents. So the value of f will not reach, so f of 10 is actually about 39 cents. So no.